Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Tony, aka Seyi, coming with some intellectual content as always. If you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel. If you are a repeat viewer, then thank you for coming back to see some more content. If you enjoy the content, definitely subscribe and also press the bell so you get notified when I do drop new videos. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you find this content beneficial to whatever journey that you're on. And if you want to engage with me, definitely type a comment in the comment section and I'll try to respond to it when I get a chance. So I'm doing this video because of the last video I did, which was a response to Dinah talking about Nigerians in the diaspora, some of the characteristics that she was mentioning that we have, and I was just giving my take on it and kind of explaining things to those that probably don't understand what's going on in the mindset of someone that's in the diaspora. I try to break down that there's two different types of diasporan people. So you got the Nigerians that were born in Nigeria that moved abroad, and then you got the Nigerians that were born abroad and go back and forth whenever they can. So it's very important to understand that we're coming with two different perspectives and psyches, and we see things a lot differently as opposed to the same. So I wanted to make this video due to one comment that I got, and a shout out to her for just her feedback that she gave me, and I wanted to speak on it because maybe there's other people that had some thoughts and they didn't think about writing a comment. So the main thing that this person was saying was solutions that can be had in Nigeria and what to do. I actually have a series of videos that talk about different solutions that us in the diaspora can implement in order to see change in Nigeria. So the whole point of this channel is not only to talk about the problems but also about solutions, and that was one of the reasons why I felt it was needed to start this channel, because time and time again I always hear all the problems that's going on in Nigeria and not enough people were talking about solutions. Everyone is complaining. And me personally, it just gets annoying when I keep hearing the same thing. So I guess the first point of the comment that I want to address that this person wrote was, there's so many people in Nigeria that just don't get it. They don't want to improve themselves. It's better just to run away. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel that way. It's obvious. To me, that's the easy road to take. The road less paved is the one that usually has the riches just covered in dirt. And what I say to that is, with everything in life, there's always a remnant of people that are willing to put in work that the majority of society is not willing to do. So at least in America, the 1%, so in America, in politics and just in society, people understand that there's 1% of Americans that control roughly, I think it's around 38% of the nation's wealth. That's a small percentage compared to everyone else. So just 1% of the American population own 38% of America's wealth. That is a huge imbalance. So it goes to saying the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Well, the majority of people are not on that level, and it makes sense because not a lot of people are willing to go the extra mile or put in the extra work in order to be successful to that stage. Now, I'm not saying that the 1%ers, bust their ass all the time, they all have the same story. That's not what I'm saying, but what I am saying is you have a better chance of being successful if you do what the majority of people don't do. So if you're willing to stay up later, you're willing to put in some extra time, put in some extra work, perfecting your craft, and just learning, continuing to learn, then you're going to at least elevate your position so that you're not in the same category as average people. So now, bringing it back to Nigeria, so for me, I'm just gonna, bring my own thinking. When I look at Nigeria, of course, I see, all the millions of Nigerians that are, they're going through stress and everything else that we see. I understand that a lot of them are not properly educated on how to get themselves out of the situation that they're in. A lot of them believe that the only way to survive is to relocate to another country that already has everything in place. If they don't get to that stage, it seems like everything is hopeless, or they turn to religion. So specifically in the Southwest, Christianity is really big. You got Islam too, but I'm talking about Christianity. From what I've seen, it can be, or it's shown that it's very detrimental when you're not getting the proper information to better your life. So the majority of Nigerians that I've come across think that way. A lot of them do. But there's always that small percentage that understand the opportunities in front of them and they capitalize on it. And then all of a sudden they're doing great. So when I go on my tours to just the Southwest, just going through the states and stuff like that, my contact will link me up with like just different entrepreneurs and people really making moves in the country. Now they're Nigerians, they was born in Nigeria all their lives, but their thinking is different. They understand investing, they understand the opportunity in front of their feet, and they're making money. Millions of naira. I've seen it going on farms, manufacturing plant. Like I've seen these Nigerians that are from Nigeria and are doing well. That's a contrast to the majority of people that are not doing well. So what is the difference? They all have the same opportunities. At the end of the day, it's all about your mindset. If your mindset is not there, then you're not going to get to that stage. Why am I saying this? Well, for us diasporans, if you really want to be successful, look at the companies that are successful. What makes them successful is that they perfect the craft of creating systems and processes. This is for the small group of us that really want to put in the work. If you really want to excel, you have to learn how to make systems and processes. Think of McDonald's. There's thousands of McDonald's throughout the whole world, especially in Nigeria. How are they able to make the same burger the same? They understood that if you create a system that is easy to follow, many people can take on that system. It's broken down so simply that they can take that and they can make the same quality burger that sells. And this is how they get their I know it was $1 billion company or whatever. And this is how it works for them. You only need a small group. You only need a small percentage of people to be owners in order to employ other Nigerians. So for us, the small group that really understands this and really wants to put in the work and are really passionate, you just focus on your skills and networking with other people with the same mind. Just network with other Nigerians or whoever's in your circle. Focus on that. Focus on your skills. Focus on what people can bring to the table. You take that and then you create a plan and you could create a system on where you all don't have to physically be doing the same thing every day. Once again, it's always going to be a small percentage of people. That's all you need. And then that small percentage of people can provide plenty of jobs. A great example, Aliko Dangote. He's the richest black man in Africa. He's Nigeria, so the richest Nigerian. He employs, I think it was like around 10,000 I saw. I can't remember exactly. I remember I made a video about it a couple months ago, but he employs all these people. There's one person that employs the masses. So if you take that idea, think about what other areas in Nigeria that you can focus on. You get a small group of people, y'all all come together, start a think tank, and come up with a solution that can benefit the masses. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta think about. And once again, as far as specific examples, I made a video series. I think I'm gonna bring it up for you. It's, if you go to my channel and go to playlists, it's called Making of Nigerian Excellence, and it's broken down into 10 videos. There's one long one. I forgot what it's called. I mean, it's like one of my earlier videos. You'll see where I talk about it. And the information I get this from is from a book. His name is Kingsley Magalu. He was actually running for presidency, Nigerian presidency last year. He didn't get it. You should definitely look him up. I'll try to put up a picture of his book, and you can see for yourself. And in that book, it's called Build, Innovate, Grow. And in that book, he just talks about all the problems in Nigeria and how you can fix it, or how we can fix it, really. Another tip, as far as, you know, trying to be successful in doing the building and really trying to make an impact, is you gotta train yourself to be disciplined. And as far as discipline, you have to be disciplined in wanting to learn consistently. So how do you learn? It's not just going to university. No, I'm not talking about that type of learning. I'm talking about relevant learning. So learning could be looking at books. Spend your time reading. You need to read more. You need to gain the knowledge that is out there, that's very cheap and very easily affordable. You know, just focus on that. As far as what kind of reading, history. Understand the history of really the world, how countries came to be, just people, empires, dynasties, you know, not just in Africa, India, you know, wherever. Learn what these people were doing in the past. They all had the same similar issues of what we're going now. If you really break it down to a simplistic level, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you need or want to know about can be found in these history books that just collect dust in a lot of these libraries. So it gives you a type of wisdom that you can't get just from catching news stories or like just social media or just what's going on today. There's a lot of history that it's similar to current situations that are going on now. You need to figure out what's relevant, what can actually benefit you. Take whatever you can from those books and kind of I guess turn it into something that can be a viable solution now. So the books is one. Oh, study people. There's a lot of emperors, just influential people throughout all of history that have changed the course of different countries, different nations, and really made the lives of a lot of people better. Do Google searches. You got Google on your phone or whatever. It's very, very simple, very easy. Look at these people that are in the field that you're interested in and trying to find solutions for. Focus on that and you should be good, and be a whole lot beneficial than just expecting someone to just tell you hey, this happened in the past or whatever. Like, read this stuff for yourself. But going back to my original point, only the small few are going to do it. Only the small few of us are going to do it. There you have the talented 10. Everyone ain't going to do it. The masses is not going to do it. It's just the way it is. If you want to be part of the solution, you got to put in the work somehow. Somehow you're going to have to put in the work. If you don't put in the work and you're not thinking strategically, you're going to fail. And I'm sure we all know of stories where people failed in trying to do business in Nigeria while living abroad, or they were diasporan trying to go back home and make moves, and they just didn't plan. They didn't plan accordingly, and they fail, and then they blame Nigeria. No, there's a lot of people in Nigeria that are Nigerians that are making money. There's a lot of Nigerians from the diaspora that go to Nigeria with a plan, got their team ready, and they're making bank. And I'm actually invested with one of them. So, I mean, I see with my own eyes. I know it's working. You just got to put in the work somehow. So that's basically what I wanted to say. If you really want to see what's possible, you gotta educate yourself. You gotta look at history. There's always going to be something in history that is repeating itself in its current form now. So just take the time to read if you're really passionate about it. Me, myself, I'm passionate about this stuff. Like, I will read stuff at 2 a.m. just because it interests me. And I know the more I learn, the more I can be better equipped to handle the problems that I'm going to face. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect. I'm not going to make mistakes. No, you want to make mistakes. If you're making mistakes, that means you're trying. And you want to see mistakes as a learning experience. You learn from it, then you put that in your repertoire. That's part of your experience, and you go to the next level. You make your mistakes right there. You stop, go to the next level. There's going to be people that's going to look at you like, oh man, this happened. Or they're going to be negative. Block them out. The ones that are successful in this life, they don't listen to negative people all the time. When someone says you can't do something, you're like, okay, I hear you, but you got to do your own analysis to see if it's plausible. And then sometimes you got to go for gold. If your heart is telling you to go, if it's your purpose in life, you go do it. You don't let anyone stop you. I don't care if they're your family members, your closest friends, they don't see the same vision that you do. My case, for example, a lot of people, even when I was doing my networking, were thinking I was like, I won't say crazy, but they was thinking I was just stupid just for spending this much time on Nigeria, trying to come up with solutions, this and that. And I was just like, well, that's you. It's not your passion. It's not your purpose in life. Your purpose in life is something completely different. My purpose in life is the path that I'm on, and I pray about it all the time. So you're not going to see the same thing I'm seeing, and that's okay. I understand your concern, but right now you're just not helping me anymore. I then always find other people that understand what I'm trying to do, and they support me. And those are the people you want to link with, and at the same time, you want to make sure they're also critical of your ideas. If they're critical of your ideas, they make you fine tune what you're trying to do. They come at you with, okay, what if this happens? What are you going to do in this situation? All right, cool. It makes you think about, okay, well, how can I maneuver? Okay, I'm playing chess. What pieces do I have to move? It's like, I guess, like when it comes to a diamond in its raw form, it's not much, but then when they start to refine it and stuff like that, and it looks beautiful, and then it sells, there you go. So it's the same thing when it comes to your idea and your thoughts. Like you gotta have people that challenge you respectfully, so that you can take that information, you already fine-tune your product, and now you're more equipped, and you're not going into the situation naively thinking that, okay, you can just do what you do abroad. So that's really my responses. I already made videos on this before, and you can go check it out. Just go to my playlist section on my channel, and then you'll see the 10 videos, and then you can pick and choose which one is more interest. And of course, I will try to put I will put Kingsley's book information in the probably in a pinned comment, and I'll have the link to Amazon. I think it's still on Amazon. Hopefully it is, and you can see for yourself. You can read up on the guy. Person, he's really intelligent, and it would have been a thing if he actually won the Nigerian presidency. So that's all I got for you right now. I got some other videos that I'm planning to make. Like I said, if you like the content, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, leave a comment if you have anything to say. What else? Still got my book. If you're having issues with sustaining relationships, I did create an ebook with some tips on how you can have better outcomes. and it's called 4 Essential Traits to Look For When Dating. So these are some traits that I noticed in my own journey that are very important. A lot of people overlook. So if you're interested in that, that will also be in the pinned comment. So you could check that out. It's on Amazon, Kindle. So you know, to get the Kindle, I think it's $2.99. Easy read, really short, straight to the point. I don't ramble on and on. I just want to give you the food that you need so you can go on and make the necessary changes that's needed. So until next time, y'all, catch y'all.